Hello and welcome, my name is Maru, I'm talking to you from Tokyo, from my animation and comic studio. Hello and welcome, my name is Maru, I'm talking. Let me check that the settings are alright with sound and so on. Looks like you can hear me. Feel free to talk in the chat. Hey Chetlana, hey Sionis, nice to have you here. So as I was just introducing myself, I do weekly streams where I show you how I'm working on animated projects, and today we're working on Window Linings. There you go. On Window Linings animated music video. It's an original project. I have some other things going on, more client-based, more serious, if you want to call it like that. But right now I cannot share one of them, and the other one is cooking. So what I will do is like a quick-ish stream. You may notice I'm a bit like rushed today because this morning I went to like an accounting community that helps you do like paperwork and such. I thought I'd spend there like 30 minutes and it took 2 hours. So I just came in, had some lunch. It's 1:30 in midday PM now, so I'm a bit of like rush. So actually, with chatting with you and so on, I'll try to like slow down and chill and have a nice chat. If you have questions about anything in the process, what I'm doing, or Japan, or the studio, or myself, things like that, go ahead. This is not exactly a tutorial, but like more like spending some time together. Let me see, everything's fun. Hey, Sriram, how are you doing? And Mazel, nice to have you here. Can please be a bit more loud? Let me see. Okay, from my side, I cannot make it more loud because the microphone is at the top gain, I think. Yeah. Sorry, I hope you can make it louder, yeah, from your computer, from your side. By the way, if you see me jumping, it's because I'm singing on one of those like yoga ball thingies. Okay, we have people coming in. This stream is done on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. Hey, two frames stream. Yeah, it's yoga ball day because lately I was wearing skirts. And it makes things difficult when you're on a yoga ball and like you can sit well, but if you try to get up, it's easy to fall. So yeah, wearing trousers today. I'm not wearing my true self, which is like these long skirts, like yeah, old times. I'm trying not to fall. Like today I'm stable because I'm wearing trousers, so it's easy to balance. So what I was saying, this stream is happening on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So maybe I'm talking to someone and somehow it doesn't make sense because it doesn't appear to your chat. Most likely it's in the other one. Yeah, and if something is not clear, just ask again. So it looks like it's working. When I'm looking that direction, I'm looking at the monitor, by the way. Hey, Porky Boy, I've been in severe pain all day. Oh no! The kind you get when you sleep in a weird position. Ew. That sucks. Please take care and be mindful not to like force it, if that makes sense. Like stretch, okay, but don't force it. Oh, the diaphragm, it's not going. Oh my god. I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope it gets better as soon as possible. Take care, alright? Sriram on YouTube is asking, what equipment do I use? Are you more concerned about like software, like the programs I'm using, or the hardware? Software, you can see it here. It's let me see the screen that you're seeing. It's Clip Studio Paint X. I do most of my animation with this software, and then when I edit the animation together, like from the sketch until like key, like final in betweens, I do it in this software, and the team as well. And the backgrounds are usually done by some other stuff. I think they use Photoshop. And to put everything together and edit the videos, we usually use Premiere Pro. sometimes After Effects. I did After Effects in the past. Hardware, okay. Okay, hardware. And I've been asked, have you ever animated a bird? I have not. Wait. I've animated a bird. No, it wasn't a bird. I animated dragons flying. Does that count? Yeah, so about I jumped to that question on Twitch because it was faster. So Sriram Aga was asking about hardware equipment. So right now I'm using a desktop. It's Windows, like a big desktop on Dell, and then it has like quite good RAM, like memory and Intel 7 thingy. I'm also using hey William. Oh dear, I pressed something. So tablet, it's Intuos Pro Small, a Wacom. It's a bit old, so which is perfectly fine for me. I think that would be it in terms of equipment. Using a webcam, I think it's a Logitech. Is it a Logitech webcam? It's quite a cool webcam. So it has like lights and stuff. How is it going? All good, thank you. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. And yeah, dragons are like the next level of birds. I just started with dragons, you know. Obviously by doing dragons I studied how birds fly. It was so interesting. Like you have the birds, like the small birds move the wings more, like they don't flex. I learned like birds that are small usually don't flex as much the wing, like they don't do like the full thing. They are more like it looks like they are like swimming almost, and then like big birds have more of the like I learned different types of flying. It was cool. So I haven't animated birds, but I studied them to animate the dragon flying. Thanks a lot, you're welcome, and feel free to ask more if you want to know anything more specific. Just practicing some animation. It's making me cry. So many frames. Welcome to the world. Yes, that's how animation works. Usually we use animation in like 3, so I don't have to animate like one drawing every 24 like per second, like 24 drawings per second, so it's more like 8-ish. It depends on what you're doing. So shall I start painting? I think that would be good. I'm struggling to figure out how to animate bird flying. Yeah, so what I was saying, not all birds are the same. They fly differently, and depending on the situation, it also makes like you cannot imagine flying an owl, like the silent big wing owl will not fly the same as like, you know, like these little birds that get the nectar from the flowers, and like you will not animate the same. Like the little one, you will even not see the wings, and the owl, like you will see like the full flap. Also understand how the wings, like the bones inside the wings work is important as well. Like wings are like hands like this. Let me see it in the chat, in the screen if you see me. So like this, basically. So the wing of the bird is like from this finger you have like like these fingers are long. If I was a bird and this was my wing, it's like the long side. Like try to understand like how the bones and the words, like the structure of the wing, and also try to check like what type of bird flying do you want, because it doesn't look the same. So that may be one reason why you may be struggling. I should animate on 3s or 2 instead of 1s. I get it. Yeah, I mean you can do the keys in like 3s and then like add more things like that as well. So to first check if it works. I mean, I'm pretty sure you will do key animations and then go for it. Right. Yes, I was. Sorry, it's difficult to make it super clear when you have 2 chats. But I'll keep trying. Let me drink. And I still haven't started painting. So let me start. Let me prepare this. I mean, please keep engaging and asking things. just that I need a moment to prepare, so then I can ink. I don't think we need this anymore. No, we don't. We need this, yes, and this is the ink. I'll read you soon, and then we can keep talking. Obviously, when I'm working on this, I mean, this is still like an important project for me to finish at some point. Not just because I love Windy Lightning, it's our own original story and so on, but because it was like as a portfolio piece. So yeah, so basically to finish it, and as you may have seen, I'm slower in the stream than I am in reality because I get distracted talking, but yeah, the streams are for you, are for talking. Then I need to make sure I do something, right? Because so far the streams are not paying themselves. Like, they have lots of value for me, but not necessarily bring much cash. I mean, that's why there's like the tips and donation thing you may see in the corner, so you can, if you want to, you can help. When I say this, please don't think I'm pushing. It's like there's people who may want to help and can afford it, and I want to make sure you have that information if you're one of them. That's all. But otherwise, I think what everyone wants me to do is to make sure that the studio is producing a lot of animation, not just that I'm entertaining when you talk to me. Oh my god, what's this? Not the eraser I want to work with. No, it is not okay. Let me see. No, yeah, I need to make sure that everything is super pixelated because then it's easier to paint and you get like all that anime feeling. Not because of the pixels, but I had a filter later and everything looks smooth, but like thin lines, so it's nice. Okay, so here making a hand. Oh, I hope I didn't distract you with bird talk. Absolutely not. I love it. I love talking of animals. I love talking about animation, so the mix is just perfect. Please keep getting in. Keep getting in. Okay, serious. What's minimum number of frames you're animating? Would you go down to animating 8s, for example? I don't think 8s is considered like animation in terms of movement, so I believe the like 3s, when you animate on 3s, it's the lesser when you can see, like the lesser amount of drawings where you still can see a smooth animation. 4s and 6, it's a bit broken, but you can still see, like the human still sees the movement. But it's broken. It looks like odd, but you can still flow with movement. Less than 6, it's just like slides or like very, like, however, you could have like, for example, work at 8s, and then because you make like a blur effect or some effect from one thing to one, like from one drawing to another, it looks with a bit of, like it holds a bit of movement because of the blur effect makes that the things on the screen move during, like inside those 8 slots, let's say. So maybe you can, with 8 you can make, usually if I want to do, for example, a flashback effect or like a very slow motion effect, you can do it in 6s and then do some sort of like overlap of the drawings with like opacity and so on, and it looks like, you know, like for example, you have someone putting like the basketball to the basket, like, and you make it like very slow, you have like very key elements, right, like, and then you really see it stop, you see a bit of blur, a bit of blur, a bit of blur of the hand or whatever. Don't judge my movements of basketball, but you see just like, you see this still and a bit of movement, until you see the next one and you see the next one, and then it gives an impression of slow motion, like, oh, we're seeing a fast motion but lengthen on time. So it has some uses, and then it could work. So yes, interesting question indeed. So what I was to summarize, for good flow, 3s is the minimum I would consider. Yeah, good flow. 6, like 3 is the minimum. 6 can be done. 8s, it has to be done smartly, unless you're like, you could go with 1 and maybe slide things and it's still animation. Like when you are watching like television animation, like Japanese style, sometimes nothing is moving. You have a character stuck, then you have another character that's, you only see the back, and the character that's on the back is talking, so you're listening to people and nothing is moving the screen. They're not even sliding, like moving a bit in the, like moving the camera. So it's not that every time there has to be movement. But I think that your question was regarding like the flow, and like what's the minimum so the flow makes sense. So as we were saying, yeah, I forgot that for this drawing I think we were going with 3s, like 3 pixeled. Dang it. Yeah, because we're having a bit of effect here. Where some parts are a bit more thick. Yeah, I believe most lines are on 3 now. Yeah, so if I, yeah, it's on 3s. Like not on 3s on animation, but yeah. Alright. Oh no, everything got quiet on Twitch. That was not my intention. You're not really, like, I'm not complaining about distracting really. I just needed a moment to keep myself start working. Also, today, I'm sorry, I was drawing in this number. Poor bird. You'll learn, oh my god. Okay, so because of the accounting experience I had this morning, today I may leave earlier, like we will do like 1 hour, but not like 2 or 3 as sometimes crazy of me I've done. Because I need to get on some other things today. So take advantage that now I'm here and ask anything, or let's chat, let's have fun. Right. I wanted to finish this today, but I'm pretty sure we won't. And that's totally fine. There's other 2 projects that have more priority today, and I'll work on them later, and everyone is happy. Also, this drawing, I want to take much care of it because it's a flashback and there will not be animation. Like, this is one of those scenes that are still, nothing will move. Really, I want to make sure that the drawing itself is beautiful. That's what we're doing now. Right, so that was Wendell's hand. Wendell, if you don't know these characters, check my webcomic, you will love them. Especially if you like adventure, fantasy, romance stories. It's sort of, okay, if I have to compare with other stories, I would say this is a bit of an Harry Potter, Full Metal Alchemist, Inuyasha-ish story in genre, I guess. Maybe like, yeah. Traveling around worlds, people with powers, family issues, romances, things that don't seem fair, but yeah, like deep feelings, such. So you will like it. Let me share the link. Of the comic. Like, you can start reading the comic online. And then if you want more, like to know when this will get out, because I will finish this not this year, like this animated music video, to make sure that you will be notified when I finish this video and you can see it in motion and everything. You can join the newsletter. Okay, question: do you have any animation goals you want to meet before the year ends? I don't have a specific goal on terms of I want to have finished this project or so on. Just want to keep things moving, basically. I have a financial goal I'm trying very hard to meet in this. So basically I have like business goals. I want to make sure that the accounting is all in a good place, because I'm just starting, so I'm learning a lot on how to do things, how to accounting works, things like that. For the business, I'm doing my best that the clients I'm either talking to, just like talking right now, like prospect clients and actual clients, are happy and I'm moving forward. Like I want to make sure that we're up to deadlines. So even if some deadline changes, everything is communicated to the team, everything is communicated to the staff. So it's more like not a specific goal or of, yes, by the end of the year I will have finished this project, but more like, okay, by the end of the year these things are in a good direction. Like team communication is in a good direction, client communication is good as well. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. I'm also making sure that Patreons have their rewards. That's something I'm doing every week. I'm making sure that every month at least there's a newsletter. Actually, I may be sending a special campaign soon. Right, yeah, there's a special newsletter campaign coming. I cannot say when. So please, if you're interested in what this studio does, get into the newsletter, because like it's just free. Like you'll get emails from me like at least monthly, maybe a bit more in some specific season, with like some special features, like special stories, special videos, illustrations, something. I can't say what. I'm working on a strategy right now, so a goal before the end of the year is that the strategy is set and maybe even some emails are sent. What else? Yes, I was saying there's some of our supporters are on Patreon. Here. Okay, copy link. So yeah, some of our supporters are here, and I want to make sure that every month they're getting what I promised to them. So far it's been going really well. I like during the whole year I sent what I was meant to send, or I communicated like, hey, this month we don't have a video because blah blah blah, and I know you want me to keep animating, so what else do you want? And they told me like whatever they wanted, and I delivered that, which is something that was easier for me to give in that specific time, and it's something that they wanted, so that's it. Right, so it was a win-win. So yeah, and there's a lot to do. It's not just like I want to animate this, but I want things to flow in the good direction. I want to make sure that I don't burn out in the middle of it, which it's more tricky than it sounds. Also have another job, let's remember that. I'm a part-timer somewhere else, so I can keep myself a bit on a float while making all this work. It's very tricky. Okay, let me see the chat. Makes sense. Nice. What do you do to keep from burning out? Right. Ooh, that's a nice talk. Okay, so I have been, especially this year, improving my routines in terms of self-care. That means I've started meditating, like spending some time on the day meditating, like 10 minutes maybe, or just like note things I'm grateful for. So try to bring my mindset into a calm and positive vibration, feeling, whatever you want to call it. Doing exercise, so taking care of my body health and mental health, basically, in the form of exercising regularly, like weights. Maybe you can see them in the back of me. I have a yoga mat and weights. So half of this is my room, half of it is my studio with like a big mirror where I can see myself if I need to animate something. I have my books, I have comics, material to draw, I have some plants, like the 2 monitors, everything to draw on the computer, and then in my bag I have my gym, which is the yoga mat and some weights. So exercise, eating as well as I can, achieving it or not. So my body works. Also dates. As some of you may know, I am married, and every weekend we have a date time. So of course, I mean, we see each other every day, but we make sure that we stay well connected. So dates is a big part of staying healthy and not burning out. So I make time for things that will refill me, or I try really hard. Like, I still burn out, but I make sure that it's contained. I try to, like for example, this month, a book I was reading, the last part of the saga went out, so maybe instead of like meditating or, I don't know, maybe playing Animal Crossing, I will read the book, right? It's not always the same. Oh, this will be cute. Cute! Carol, she's so cute. Oh, Carol's cute. Right. Oh boy, you need to read this story. Yeah, so basically, summary, I do many things to not burn out. For my mind, for my body, and sometimes I don't do enough of them, or I do the wrong ones, or I try to rest and I didn't, because I keep thinking of other stuff. So that would be it. So schedule my time for rest and follow it. The date thing is so cute. I agree. Yeah, it's very strong. It's like something like we always talk about, like we cannot take out the date time. It may change, sometimes it may sort of incorporate other things, like for example, last weekend we had date time, but it was more like with his family. So we went for a walk with his grandparents and such, so it was not exactly a date with me and my husband, but we spent time together as a family and so on. And then in the night we actually watched the ending of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So yeah, so it doesn't have to be like a full day that we go out and there's like cinema every weekend. No, it's more like, okay, this weekend, when are you free? I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, what do we do? Maybe we eat out, maybe we go for a walk, watch something at home, whatever. But it has to be there. Time to reconnect and enjoy the life that we built, because I have so many goals and things I want to achieve, but I'm working also very hard to not be wrapped up in these future ideals and actually live right now, because right now I'm also living the life I was hoping for. Like years ago I was hoping I would be in Japan, I was hoping I would find the love of my life, I was hoping I would be animating, and now I'm doing that. So I need to actually stop and enjoy that. And I'm saying that for myself, because sometimes I completely forget that. Like, Mar, you're there, you work really hard to get it. Of course I can go farther, and we can have a bigger team, or more, or you can finally work as an animator, like building this company. You can actually focus on it instead of having like the other part-time job. You're like, of course I have goals, but hey, to avoid burnout, you have to enjoy what you're doing as well. I'm very passionate about this subject, so it's a good question. yeah, those are good dates. I mean, I'm so so lucky, so happy and grateful of my family-in-law. They're so lovely, all of them. The parents, the grandparents, like they truly adopted me. And I mean, because I have my family in Spain, yeah, like I cannot meet like my mom, my cousin and uncles, my grandparents. So that's not possible due to, well, it's not something I could do every weekend easily, even if there was an epidemic. And there is a pandemic. And it's especially not doing very well in Spain. So even if now the frontiers are open and I can go back and get in from Japan, I cannot, it's not wise for me to visit them. So I'm really grateful that the family that we have in Japan is so nice and so great. Like we do enjoy time with each other. It's not like, oh, it's someone's birthday, oh, we have to meet that person and person. No, we actually, it's like, oh, yeah, sure. Or like, oh no, we're supposed to not leave homes, we cannot meet, I miss them, so it's really good. All great people. That's another way not to burn out. But yeah, basically I burn out with myself most of the times, like overthinking about something. Most of the times there's not a real danger. I put it on myself. I'm too afraid, I'm too scared of what's coming, what if this, what if that, and that's when things get bad. Hey Tomsi, how are you doing? Let me not wrap up, but like reintroduce myself because we have people coming in and out. So my name is Mar, and I created an animation and comic company. This week I'm working in this week's live stream. I'm working on a still frame for animated music video. That's a self-started project, and we usually talk about animation, about life, about work, about Japan, about anything, about animals, cats, dogs, how do birds fly, how do wings work. So it's just a time to like chill and spend some time together, basically, while I create. This has been really helpful, especially it was really helpful to start these streams when the lockdowns started. It wasn't a strict lockdown in Japan, it was more like a request from the government, official request. But it was really helpful to readapt, to spend more time working from home in my both works. Like both of my works, like animation was already from home, but I was also stopped going to an office here in Japan where I have my other part-time job. And these streams actually helped me to like socialize and talk. So this is not just for, hey, I'm drawing, toss me a coin, reference to The Witcher. No, I didn't say that. But hey, I maybe it's lower when I'm painting like this, but I do enjoy talking to you, replying to questions, whether they're more formal or informal, like as I said, animation, cats and dogs, you know. Hey Meows, how are you doing? I didn't see you. We didn't see you earlier. How are you? How's life and work during COVID? So I'm fine. Basically, I was used to go weekly to an office in Ikebukuro. I live in Tokyo, by the way. I was used to go to an office in Ikebukuro often, like, and then later, in the last part of last year, I decided, okay, let's go. I was working full time there while trying to make animation, mostly comic on my side, and I said like, no, let's go part time in that job and start your animation company. So right in February, when I started being a part timer, and then work for them only 3 days a week, only still decent work. we said, okay, then we have to work from home because coronavirus. So it's been good in the sense that I've been safe home, right, and keep working within my company, which was already intended to be very based online, and yeah, the other job I'm mentioning. By the way, Caral, aren't we missing? No, it's in the other side. She has a lace. So it's been good in that sense. Of course, I miss meeting more with people and going more out and so on. Right now, no, we're not in a lockdown. There's a lockdown again for my family in Spain, but in Japan there's no lockdown. But of course, there's requires that if you can work from home, work from home. Here are some measures in every restaurant, like A, clean up your hands, A, do you want to take out instead? So there's of course still like the new normal. It's going on. Everyone wearing masks. Well, most people still wearing masks. Most of them not because they're scared to get to spread the virus, but actually because other people is wearing them, so I should. So there's a lot of social pressure thing going on right now, but it's sort of safe, and I'm managing it as much as as well as I can. I mean, I'm anxious in a nature in general, so things would have been different with COVID, yes, but that different for me, maybe not that much. Isn't wearing masks a bit of more normal in Japan? Yes, it is. It's just like now, if before maybe, I don't know, I would go on the streets in Tokyo and see like 10-20% of people wearing masks. Maybe a bit more or less depending on the season, like in winter you see more masks. Right now it's 90% of people is wearing a mask, or even more, like sometimes it's 100%. In my areas. In the train it's 100%, or like 99, maybe you say someone. Certain places tell you like you have to enter with a mask, so, and we're selling them, so there's no excuse. Like go to reception and get one. So yeah, that's correct. Okay, let me see. Okay, so here we'll have the thingies. Here's the other side of the handkerchief that's on her in general. How is it being for you, by the way? How are you, Xionist, Mazda Flash, Two Frame Stream, Toncree? How are you doing? How's life post-COVID, or like, yeah, post-COVID, during COVID, however you want to call it, this new normal? How are you adapting, coping with things? Did your life change? Obviously, most likely in my case, without COVID, maybe I'll have different clients, different team situation. I would have gone to Disneyland, which I tried, but then the tickets were not usable anymore. So things would have changed, of course. It's not a big, I mean, it's, I don't know how to say it. It's had an impact, especially because I'm not scared that I cannot meet my family. I would have been in Spain by Christmas most likely, but now maybe I cannot afford going until a year from now, which is really sad to think about, because tickets are getting more expensive and the things are not in control in there, so that did affect. Okay, Japan already had a strong culture of wearing masks prior to the pandemic, yes. I've always worked from home as a writer, so career-wise things are the same. Yeah. I hope in other topics in life there you can find also like positive parts or things to make it work. I mean, the pandemic happened, and that's it. It's not something that right now it's controllable. Like it's there. I don't have the farm very. I don't leave the farm very often, anyways. I see. Things seems to have gone back to normal here. Interesting. Yeah, I mean the cases were not very high in your area. I remember. I'm actually expecting a wave now again in Japan, because they opened the frontiers with much less restrictions. So I'm pretty sure that yeah, I won't be surprised if the cases rise up again. That's what I'm trying to say. I love this work of inking and chatting with you. Right, tricky part, the eye. Beautiful. This young lady is so cute. Whoa. Very strict rules here in my city. We have to wear a mask and a face shield. Work is the same since YouTube is my job. I see. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, for us that are having like more digital works, it didn't change that much. But life changed, definitely. Like what I used to do in a date, what you talk with people about, because it has a toll mentally as well, right? It has a weight in everyday's life and other people, and understanding and compassion of like, oh, many people is struggling now, or this type of, that restaurant I used to like is not working anymore, like they closed it, things like that. Such clean lines, thank you. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hermit. I don't see friends often or go out, so I'm pretty good in terms of things changing. I see. That's what I was saying, like some things haven't changed that much, like depending on the type of life you used to have, or career, or maybe relationship wise. Like for example, right now I'm happily married and I live already with my husband, but if this would have happened a few years ago, when I was like dating someone or trying to find someone, that would have been of course like a very difficult thing to process or to work around, right? So yeah, absolutely. And it affects people around us as well. So like maybe you're fine, but someone in your family is not feeling secure, and that affects you, or it's literally not secure, or has some condition that makes you scared, like what if they got it? She's a pretty character, right? I have to wear a mask anyway because I've got pollen allergies. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like that's what I was thinking. Like in Japan, like when there's influenza season, they wear masks, or they get caught. Like there's pollen. Like in spring, there's also many masks going on. So I mean, they were used before for reasons such as what you're mentioning. So yeah, many people is actually used to mask. I must say, before the pandemic, I also wear masks in several situations. So one would be in airplanes. I like wearing masks on airplanes because when I'm in a plane, usually it's a very long trip. I'm going to Europe. That's maybe like 9 hours in a row in a plane, 12, which means that you try to sleep in that time, and with the masks you don't get like your mouth, your nose, everything is less dry, so it's easier to like breathe, and like somehow it feels like more protected, less dry, like less cold. So that's somewhere where I would always definitely wear a mask. If if it's very cold outside, I may even wear a mask because of that, like around Japan. like when it's like snowy days and so on, I would wear a mask in the train because it feels safer and it's actually like cozy unless your glasses get all wet, and that's another thing. Okay, we go Streamlabs saying stuffs. Welcome, welcome, come in, come in. Let me reboot and say what I'm doing. So my name is Mar. I'm working on checking if you can see everything right. I'm working on an animated music video. This time it's an original project, but usually in these streams we work also in client commissions for clips and other animation stuff. Sometimes we actually do a bit of comic work as well, but not as often. My god, because I'm talking about in so much detail, and it's fine because we're not animating this, but oh dear, it will clash so much with the other animated parts. Foggy glasses from where is masked is the worst. It's challenging to walk around when your glasses are foggy, and it's only not even from like your own breath, but for example, there's a supermarket where I tend to get my groceries that inside they have like a big like fish section with like shrimps and things. It's huge and it's real cold inside. So every time that I just go out from that shop, there you go. All fizzy, so fizzy, foggy. Okay, so that's the arm of Wendell. Yeah, I'm adding so many details. I shouldn't, because then it will clash with the other animated parts. Eee! Someone stop me! But I love this! It's beautiful! Yeah, there's no deadline for this one, but still, we need to use time efficiently. Like, if this is a portfolio, it shouldn't be a portfolio for like 4 years from now, right? I know I'm likely not to finish it this year, but still. Okay, so this shirt, which goes above the hair a bit. Are we in the right layer? Yes. Are we saving? No, we're not saving. I haven't saved in an hour almost. Important. Guys, remind me to save. If you're working on something digital, save. If you're dehydrated, drink. Reminders, healthy reminders. Are you going to celebrate Halloween? I mean, yes, we have a friend of my husband's and also mine now that will visit each other's island on Animal Crossing. Does that count? I guess so. There's not a big Halloween culture here. My husband is not a fan, so I guess that's the plan so far. Just like check the Animal Crossing event. We're also we've been watching every weekend a Harry Potter movie lately. The last one was The Prisoner of Azkaban, the third one, so maybe we'll start the fourth one together. Okay. Hey, I saw all the Batmans for him, so now he's watching the Harry Potters for me. Sort of. And I actually like the Batmans, like Christopher Nolan's ones. They're good. Like they're well done. Although I admit that they're not my favorite movie to watch because it gets very dark. It's like, are humans that dark and bad? Really? Like Gotham? Isn't it too much? I don't know. Then yeah, that's the world build. So yeah, those are my plans. Just like late night, maybe we'll eat out or take out something. I'll check Animal Crossing. Hey, if some of you wants to check each other's islands, send me a message somehow, like Instagram, something. Maybe we can hang out together. Like, you can reach me on Instagram, you can send some form in my website. Pretty sure you can find some way to message me. We could hang out that day. Would be fun. How about you? What are you doing on Halloween if you're celebrating? Do you not have autosave on? I do, but then I cannot find where I put it. Yes, humans. Wait. Oh, that sounds fun. Yes, humans are. Humans are what? What did I say now? There's a 15-second delay between me and the chat, and then there's me talking to the screen and then checking the chat what's going on. So there's a week of delay. I'm preparing to try and make a rotoscope animation soon. Ooh, nice. I could make an animation myself, but I'm not so good at it yet. I want something that looks good if I'm going to put in the effort. That's cool. Yeah, sure. I mean, I also rotoscope sometimes, like in the middle of the project. It's like, okay, I don't know how to make this hand, and I film it, and then I'm like, okay, the perspective is right, everything is fine, so I just like rotoscope it. Good luck with it. Myself, is this for your project, the one that we were talking about? So then you can do the traditional version of it. Did something change in my... Yeah, something changed a bit. I'm adding to my lines. I'm forgetting that this is for animation. Yes, I see. That's nice, it's a good idea. How about... Yeah, I mean, that's good. And you can always rotoscope and maybe improve, like shift a bit some things. So for example, okay, you're rotoscoping a cat yawning, and then at the end the cat in the video turns the head, and you don't want it to turn the head, so like you sort of move it on your own, but at least you have like a foundation. That's good. Good luck. I'm too old for trick or treat, and no parties cause the pandemic. So just gonna buy a lot of candy and draw something spooky. That sounds like a plan. You asked, are humans that bad? As bad as the ones in Gotham? So I said yes, humans are that bad. If that's what you think. I think inside there's many good natured people that, because of the circumstances, get tricky for them, like for social pressure, for human pressure, like I'm hungry, like or I don't feel safe, and so on. There's lots of injustice and things gone wrong because of like environment and so on. I don't think humans are that bad in nature. I don't know. I'm just talking philosophy stuff now. I won't crash your Halloween party because I've never played Animal Crossing. Oh. Okay, someone insists. Yeah. I'm probably just going to buy sweets for trick or treats myself and put up decorations. Okay, nice. Yeah, at some point I'll have decorations for Halloween, I guess. For now I just have a little Christmas tree that will go up from Sunday. There are many good natured people, but there are also over 7 million people in the world. Some are bad. I'm going to rotoscope a dancing scene out of an old movie that is in the public domain. Ah, that's smart. That's cool. Really, really, really smart and cool. Yeah. I look forward to seeing the result. Like, send it to us later. Also, Flash here, he does animation or painting in a traditional way with acrylics and actual celluloid paper. So cool. So much patience. I don't have that patience. I mean, I have a lot of patience. I do animation after all. But that's a level that I have not reached. I'm just adding like adding weight to Wendell. Okay, so what we will do now is I'll take out the ink, see how it works. Okay. I take out the sketch, it's just nice, and save. Alternate to see it as with new eyes. Check a bit, and possibly we'll finish here. Because as I said, I spent a lot of time in the counting place. I need to still follow up some things related to that and do other stuff today. Yeah, so I can see that the hair starts to right there. Okay. That's one thing I want to fix. Okay. Such clean, good lines. What else? I think we need stronger lines in this area. Am I in the right layer? Yes. My questions. Did I save? Am I in the right layer? Is this switched? Like, is this the right direction for this drawing? I hope I make it work, even if it's very rough looking in the end, but still animated, I will be happy. Nice. I mean, if you enjoy the process, that's already half battle and the fun of it. And you'll have like nice stills. You'll have to store a lot of drawings. You need space. Like, literally space for everything like to dry and so on. It's so cool. All very important questions. I keep reading things slow, I think. Oh yeah, what I was saying about like, did I save? Am I in the right layer? Very important. Okay, not here. Yep. Yep, so I think that's it. That's it. Okay, give me a moment, I'll be back. Go to the bathroom a second. Right, I'm back. I'm back. So let me say that everything's working well, by the way. Yeah, bitrate's fine. I don't think we've had new, like, because we have like a timer when someone subscribes in YouTube. Welcome back, thank you. We have like a ring thing for YouTube subscriptions and donations. So that's good. nothing wrong. But then we don't have it for Twitch and for Patreon donations or Twitch followers. So I need to check if something happened. Ooh! Ghostema is following us on Twitch. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're still here. It's so glad to have you. See, that's why I check. Oh, yep. Okay. Nice to have you here. Oh wait, you have a crown. It's the Prime Gaming thing. Nice. Hope you're enjoying this. So yeah, basically today it's most likely this, and we're finished it. But let me see. Can we do? Yeah, because I need to go. But I want you to see things a bit more clear. So let me do something. Will be a very ugly color now. Or we can just like do it with this color. I want you to see the characters a bit more clearly. So I'll paint them in a moment. Not mind that because that's over the frame. So now I have the song in my head of "Toss a coin to your Witcher." Who saw The Witcher? Alright, this is not the right. Refer to other layers. Folder, okay, it's because we're not in the right folder. I think humans too diverse to pin down. There is no gift too generous that a human wouldn't give it, and no atrocity too evil that a human wouldn't commit. I mean, it depends, right? Like, someone you would say, oh, that person is bad. Like, maybe that person is bad to a neighbor, but they're lovely to their daughter, right? So that's also the subjectivity, the not doing the same. You know, like, it's not as easy as black and white. And there's many circumstances, many conditions. It's very broad. It's a very broad subject if we started. Yeah, time to clean the characters. Actually, let me separate them. So this is Wendell. Why am I even using the mouse instead of the... This Wendell, this is neck. This Wendell's neck. There's the, like, because the sleeve goes up, then there's the hand. And then let's paint Caral. I just want to make it so you can see the characters more clearly for the end of the stream. Are you streaming from another platform as well? Not seeing some of the message you're responding to. Yes, correct. I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. Yep. Correct. So basically I was doing YouTube streams. I started, I think, summer or spring and so on, and just recently, I feel like maybe 1-2 months ago, I started doing it on Twitch simultaneously at the same time. I was like Twitch really for streams, but most of my videos, like interviews with animators, my actual like short films, animated short films, music videos and everything is on YouTube. So I decided, okay, let's go where everything is together. But because I do enjoy Twitch and how it works, I said like, okay, let's try. Important question. Okay, so this is how Caral looks like. So these are the characters. Let me put it a bit lower because, yeah. So here's how it, like, we'll paint it also following the aesthetics. So basically the animation for this animated short film, animated music video, sorry, will be in like natural colors, let's say, but because it is a flashback, we're painting it different to make it clear. And because this story comes from a comic, what we'll do is like the flashbacks look like the comic, which is like this scenes where like the full scene is like, okay, this scene is all in like pinks, this scene is all in greens or in purple, blue, whatever it is. So like the feelings are not clear. So yeah. Yeah, so basically I'm following I have a chat where I see everything, so I can know from everyone where everyone comes from, but I just like read the chat in general. If not, something is not clear, I try to read everyone's messages, but if something is not clear, you just ask me. Usually we stream at 1 p.m. Now it's 2:30. Today we started at 1:30 because I was scared, and I was right that the accounting date I have this morning would take long, and it did take very long. So we started a bit late, but in general I do streams every Wednesday at 1 p.m. GST, Japanese Standard Time, and then I do some surprise streams, sometimes in Twitch, on like a just chatting thing where I'm painting, and maybe you cannot then say where I'm painting because it's protected by non-disclosure agreement like NDAs, or actually like doing work. You can see me doing comics or something. Can be in YouTube, can be in Twitch, can be in both. So for those surprise streams, just like follow me in whatever channel you prefer, and you'll get it. I think Twitch does not like people streaming on YouTube at the same time, but they are probably not going to punish people for it. Most likely. I mean, I'm using a platform called Restream, so technically I'm streaming to neither. I'm streaming to Restream service, and then Restream is putting it... I mean, I'm streaming on Streamlabs. Streamlabs service is putting it onto Restream, and Restream, like Streamlabs is connected to YouTube, but it's sending the image to Restream, which is putting it into Twitch and YouTube. Pretty sure no one cares about all this mess, but it works. Sounds... do you know the same English level 10 years ago as now? Did you know this? My English level 10 years from now, how old was I? Wait. No, because 10 years from now I was still in Spain, and my English increased a lot since I came to Japan because I started having a part-time job in English. So 10 years from now I would be in university, so I had quite a decent fluent English, but it was slower, and I had less vocabulary. I was a bit less confident, but I was already doing videos in English, like forcing myself to do videos in English, not live. So I've improved with time, and I'm still, I mean, I think I can communicate enough. I think most of you understand me, but yeah, I'm missing vocabulary and making messes with my grammar. I'm pretty sure I mix various accent words like British grammar with more like an English, like American pronunciation in some words and others, because I'm very influenced by just like movies and series. But then I studied, so my listening is based from books, from podcasts, movies, and so on. I've heard from the US and people in YouTube from all over the world. But then when I studied English, properly English, to take exams and so on, was the British English. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Hey, you never know who needs this streaming information. Hey, if anyone has questions about software, it's not just about how do I do animation. If you want to ask me about streaming, go ahead. I can tell. Actually, wasn't it you, Two Frame Studios, that told me how to stream on Restream? I think it was you, right? Someone in this experience of streaming in YouTube told me how to how to stream in other platforms. Yeah, it was Two Frame Studios, Two Frames team. Okay, so the nickname of this person I'm trying to say it's Two Frame Stream in Twitch and Two Frame Studios when he was on YouTube. So difficult to say your name. I'll say just Two Frames. I think it was easy unless you tell me your name and I can just say it directly, like another nickname. But yeah, that's up to you. Checking. It's fine as long as you can get 2 frames right. Right? Okay, that will be fine. I can jump in on the bouncing ball. You want to see my outfit of the day? It's very dark. So here's the thing I've been all the time on. Can you see it? have like this delay. Okay. So, whoops. And then, yeah, that's it. So I guess we'll close it for now. We could, another stream or maybe offline, I will paint these characters or like do other frames for the flashbacks and then paint it all in a row. We'll see. But for now, I had fun. It was nice because I came here like very rushed, like I'm just coming from Yotsuya, running and everything, and eat something and try to relax, but not really because in 10 minutes you're in a stream. And then talking to you and painting and everything, I relax so much. And now that it's ending, I feel a bit rushed again. So yeah, I hope it was interesting and nice. Any other questions, any other thought? Otherwise, I think I will be closing in, so I can keep working in all my to-do list of today. Yeah, I have like newsletter strategy things, follow-up accounting, some things for my health, like good stuff. I'm not sick, don't worry. Email clean up, proposal stuff for another project. We'll see. Great stream, thanks for the bird advice. You're welcome. It was fun. Nice to meeting you. Nice to meeting you too. Geostigma, nice to have you here. See you again, hopefully. Next week, if not, maybe sooner. I think, yeah, you subscribe, so you will see if I do some surprise stream. The surprise streams maybe in different hours as well, like mornings, afternoons. I don't know where you are. I asked a question in Discord. Okay, wait. Shall I? Since doesn't mean I will start in December again or next year. Okay, so I'll answer to you in Discord soon, okay? When I finish the stream, because it's NDA things and so on. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All good. So I think that's all. Thank you very much, everyone, for being around again, and see you next week for more. As always, remember to follow if you're not and you want to see more of my streams. You can also, what do I have in the copy paste? That's the Patreon. I mean, you can check Patreon if you want to, but what I was about to tell you is to join the newsletter, because I'll be sending special information, and I'll have a special strategy. I'm making a new strategy for the newsletter or something like that. A new campaign is coming, and if you like my streams, this studio, you're likely to be interested in it. It's free. You just get some emails from me. That's all. So if you're interested, go there, and that's it. Thank you very much again, and have a lovely week. Goodbye.
Google の新しいスマホ。それはたとえ暗い場所でも愛する家族を美しく撮りたいあなたのための Google が作った親バカカメラ。高性能なカメラも嬉しいプライスです。 Google ピクセル